So we are delighted to highlight Dr. Ibraheem Olasupo, a postdoctoral research scholar in the Department of Horticulture Science at NC State University. Originally from Nigeria, Ibraheem brings a global perspective and deep curiosity about plant science to his research and academic community. We are delighted to learn more about his background, what inspires him in his journey into horticulture, and his goals for the future. So thank you so much, Ibraheem, for your time. We're very excited to learn more about you.
Again, thank you for having me. I was born in Nigeria, as probably you know, a very beautiful country which is endowed with both human and natural resources. My parents did a lot in exposing me to agriculture and my siblings because I'm a first of 3 boys. So being the first, of course, comes with a lot of responsibility. You have to lead the way, right? My father had a fish farm. He would take us to the farm. As the eldest, I would go first. We'll go to the fish farm. We'll prepare the feed stock for the fishes. And along the line, we're working. Whenever you get tired, you get, kind of sick of going to the farm, my father would say, there is dignity in labor, right? So don't be lazy. There is dignity in labor. So that always kept me moving, even though I didn't really comprehend, the scope and depth of that statement. But it means to me that never get tired. That really laid the foundation in me, as a high schooler, about agriculture. So after my high school education, I wanted to become a soldier. I always see myself as a very disciplined person, and I wanted to protect my people, but that did not work out for me. So I was just enjoying in Lagos with a family friend, just like a vacation, like a transition, between high school and whatever you want to do afterwards. So I received a call from my dad. Hey, Ibrahim, the form is out, and if I was interested in studying agriculture, I should just get ready to leave Lagos. I had to truncate my vacation, return to Ibadan, obtain the form. I was able to ace the interview. Then I was admitted into the National Diploma Program to study agricultural technology. So in the US, the National Diploma Program is equivalent to the Associate Degree Program, right? In my case, I studied agricultural technology, and I was the best student. I was the best graduating student at graduation, actually. In the whole of the department, I had the best result, and I got a lot of awards. So I was like, okay, what's the next thing to do? So I proceeded to the Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta, also in Nigeria. I actually applied for aquaculture and fisheries technology, but I was offered soil science and land management. So even though the whole of these 3 programs are still within the agricultural landscape, but that was not my interest. I knew nothing about soil science. And I felt like, wait, I got a distinction from my national diploma, the associate degree program. So that gave me some confidence that I think I merited, I think I should merit the course of choice that I wanted. But that didn't work out. So I was advised again by elders around that, hey, just take the soil science. You don't know what God has in plan for you. So I accepted it, though reluctantly. I finished that successfully. Also, I had a second class upper division. We call it 2-1 in Nigeria. But within me, I still felt that something was lacking because soil science is very broad, just like horticulture is. You have the field of soil physics, soil chemistry, soil microbiology, soil fertility and crop nutrition. You have mineralization and so on. So I was in soil physics myself. So it was like, instead of my interest in applied research, I was more into basic research, right? Which for me was too fundamental, right? I wanted something related to production of food because I enjoyed growing crops like cucumber, watermelon, groundnut, that's peanut. And I had some exposure into the oil palm plantation, cocoa plantation along the line also. So it's something that always is thought somewhere in my head that I want to get into production. After my first degree, I took an admission application for a master's degree in horticulture. The same university, Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta. 6 years after, I got a PhD admission again, at the Chinese Academy of Agricultural Sciences in Beijing, that's in China, where I was until 2021, that I was able to finish. And I came to the US in 2023 again to still work on horticulture.
I find that is so just neat how it almost seems like it was meant to be. You've had things that you planned and you hoped for, but life has a way of like leading you to where you need to be. And great. Would you say there was a specific person or event that inspired you to pursue this specific field, or do you think it was just many different people that encouraged you?
I just want to run you through some key mentors. There are so many actually, but some key figures who have shaped my interest and contributed to my interest in agriculture, in plants, and in horticulture. Interestingly, all these mentors happen to be my research supervisors. So I have been lucky to have very wonderful people to supervise my research right from my associate degree level. I was mentored without losing my intellectual capability, all right? It's one thing to be curious. It's another thing to be mentored by somebody who could attend to your curiosity without damaging your own intellectuality. When you have somebody who is a supervisor but forces you to do things in their own way alone, that's not mentorship actually. So I can't say it enough. I've been fortunate to be mentored by people who respect my dignity and also teach me or show me how to do things, all right? First research supervisor, that's Professor Latif Bamidele Tayo, is late now, actually, of blessed memory. He worked with the Institute of Agricultural Research and Training, also at Ibadan in Nigeria. So after my associate degree program, that's the National Diploma Program in Nigeria, I was supervised also for my first degree program in soil science and land management by a renowned soil physicist. His name is Professor Johnson Adesodu. So also at the Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta in Nigeria. So then at the master's level, I was supervised by Professor Isaac Oreoluwa Yelagbe, who is a renowned international, horticulturist. He served at a point as a board member of the International Society for Horticultural Science, which is the largest body of horticultural scientists in the world. Then in China, during my PhD, I was supervised by Professor Chao Sen-He, who also took me like a son, even though I was the only international student, the only international PhD student working with him at that time. But I really, enjoyed working in protected agriculture, that's greenhouse vegetable production under him. And currently, Professor Mark Hoffman, who is my mentor, as you all know, has been a very wonderful mentor to me. And many times we relate as friends, even though he's 10 years older than me. But that's just to tell you how, great mentors are. They come down to your level and they make life easy for you. He has very high standards of service delivery. He is committed to excellence, and he opened my mind into another scope of horticulture that I was not conversant with, and that is indoor propagation of strawberries.
I sat in on your interview, and after the interview, we were so excited because we could just, we knew that you were the right person for this job. So we were, and I didn't know the whole story. I didn't know that, you had applied, and then 2 years later, see that determination, and it's meant to be, Ibrahim, meant to be.
Exactly.
So the next question, can you share a bit about your current research? What are you studying, and why is it important?
My role actually is kind of central to the entire PIP-CAP project. I will explain why. So the entire project was born out of the need to have the technology to produce clean transplants or propagation of strawberry, clean of viruses, which is among the major problems in the conventional strawberry nurseries in the US. Not just clean, but guaranteeing year-round production and a product that is fit for both the controlled environment agriculture industry and the conventional strawberry industry, which is the open field. Hinging on this very foundation, there is need to have for the project itself to have a own nursery that produces the different cultivars of strawberry that will be used for the project for years to come. So for the first time in Raleigh, we were able to set up an indoor strawberry nursery, and I was the person to manage it. So it was something, and this is an industry, the strawberry industry, according to my last check, is worth, the farm gate value is worth more than $2.3 billion, all right? And this is quite huge. So there is a need for, clean transplants of strawberry to keep the industry going, to make it more resilient, and more importantly, the ever-evolving controlled environment agriculture industry needs something that is guaranteed to be clean to keep running. All right, so I was in charge of managing the nursery. That was Grafted Growers, where we started from here in Raleigh, and keeping the few cultivars running, producing strawberry transplants, harvesting them, keeping them in the optimized nursery conditions, and rooting them out to produce plug plants, and supplying our collaborators who do different kind of research from genomics to optimization of controlled environment technology to production of fruit. So the national scale field research actually involved, number one, trying out, experimenting how the controlled environment plug plants would behave on the field when they are planted on the fruit or grower's field, in terms of the fruit yield. And number two, we also thought of ways to improve the vigor of the plants when they are planted on the field. So we introduced artificial chilling conditioning, which literatures actually have proven that it could, improve the vigor of the plants, and by implication, it could improve the yield of the plants. So we tried this research in 4 different locations: here in North Carolina, at San Luis Obispo in Central California, at Ventura in Southern California, and in Florida. So I was directly in charge of that also, not just to supply, transplants to these, to our amazing collaborators and scientists in these different locations, but also to follow through, data collection, work with them, collaborate with them on communicating the data with me, developing protocols for data collection. We are currently working on publication of the results. On the third prong of my major responsibilities actually is the phenotyping experiment. So the PIP-CAP, our project, has 13 cultivars of interest, and there is no record in scientific literature that these cultivars have been characterized for their runnering potentials and capabilities. So how do they runner in a controlled environment? How do they produce daughter plants? How much do they produce? What are the time series or the pattern of their production of daughter plants? All these are not known, so we intend to contribute this to scientific body of knowledge. And building on that, we also intend to actually unravel the genomic characteristics of these different cultivars. So there is an interest to match or correlate the genomics data with the phenotyping data in a way to help develop some insights that would assist. It's quite important to note that improving the resilience of the strawberry industry in the United States has a lot of benefits. On one side, the conventional strawberry industry really needs access to sustainable, clean transplant production. There's no doubt about that. And then there's a need to reduce the dependence on methyl bromide, which is a chemical, a soil fumigant that is non-biodegradable in the soil and has a lot of detrimental effects in the environment. So if we have the controlled environment propagated strawberry transplants, that could reduce the dependence of the strawberry growers on methyl bromide.
So you talked about the need to reduce the fumigant methyl bromide and the need to have cleaner plants. Does your research connect either agriculturally or environmentally to the challenges outside of the US, like in Nigeria or globally?
Something beautiful about controlled environment agriculture is that it is directly reproducible anywhere in the world. If you have the protocol handy, you know the right temperature, you know the right humidity, you know the right light combination, the light intensity, the light duration, and so on. These are the protocols you need, right, to replicate anywhere you are in the world. On the other area is the whole benefit for the traditional, the conventional strawberry nursery also. Strawberry is so much more an international commodity. You would also see a lot of fruits coming from Mexico during some parts of the year. So itself, it's an international commodity. So the technology we are developing is not just impactful on the US soil.
At the beginning of this interview, you discussed how you wanted to work on production and food, and and this is what you're doing. So that's wonderful. I kind of want to ask you, to be looking ahead after you are done, with NC State, and what are your goals? Both with your research, and then if you want to discuss any personal goals, but what do you want to do? What's your next steps for Ibraheem?
Looking back, I think having worked for 6 years as a lecturer, I've worked 2 years as a research scientist, I've worked like 2 years at least as a producer in the industry, in the agricultural industry. I strongly feel that I want to return back to the industry. I like a real world existence, right? If that makes sense. So I love translating research to working solutions. And I think I should be somewhere there in between scientists and industry players. So perhaps a role of R&D may be ideal for me, even if it comes as a production manager or something. I'm very open to that as well. And I'm also working towards floating my own company.
Excellent. That would be wonderful. And I think, Ibraheem, even if you do go to industry, I can still see you continuing your teaching, like with the youth. I know that's very important to you, and you do such a great job with that. So I think there is room for everything.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I really enjoy doing that, because I believe that some of the biggest rewards, or something I see very gratifying for me during my research here with you guys, is something you just mentioned, my extension work. And I won an award. I had a first place in the the first ever North Carolina postdoctoral, research symposium in 2024. That's more academic kind of, but I had a very diverse audience to translate my research to. And aside from that, I collaborated with the North Carolina Science Festival team, which is based in the at UNC Chapel Hill. So I had some hands-on engagement with middle schoolers at the Wake Young Men's Leadership Academy, which is a public school in North Carolina, and it was a very wonderful, experience for me. I took big mother plant of strawberry to their classroom, and they were like, "Wow, we have a farm in our classroom!" And these are guys that have never touched strawberry plants before, and seeing a 2-year-old mother of strawberry with a lot of stolons and runners on them, and they had the opportunity to, root their own strawberry. It was very, very fulfilling for them. And I also had an opportunity to stage a kind of a show for younger kids, actually between the ages of 2 and like 14 at the Kids Museum here in North Carolina in Raleigh. And I also had an opportunity to engage the religious body. So I'm Muslim, right? So where I pray is the Islamic Association of Raleigh, and the education committee invited me at some point to hold a seminar on my research at NC State. I took the opportunity immediately. Right. So, I engage with those local community to, I think I just believe that research, we should continue to bridge the gap between the gown and the town, all right? And let's let the society generally see how it is important that we do what we do, and why should they care about it? And of course, this is playing out a lot with a lot of things that scientists don't have to always cry that their funding are cut and so on. If the society knows the value of the science we do, the society can also fight for us as we are also fighting for sustaining, good efforts to do good research. And randomly, I get engaged at the plant science building here also at NC State. Whenever I'm working in my greenhouse, you see kids, they come on as a group, for tours, and whoever is conducting them can ask me to speak about my research for 2 minutes to them. It's always something that makes me happy to do. And I look out for more opportunities to continue doing that. That was a day I was just at the lobby going for lunch. I was very hungry that day. And a mother and a 12 grader actually approached me. "Hey, do you work here?" I said, "Yes." "In the plant science?" I said, "Yes." "Can you please walk us through your research?" I said, "Why not? Let's go." Believe me, for the next 40 minutes, I was engaging them, from the 4th floor where we have the growth chambers to the 5th floor where we have the real plants growing in the greenhouse. It was very gratifying. And in all honesty, that little effort, even though I was hungry, that little effort actually gave me my first mentee in North Carolina, actually. The lady, the 12, grader eventually became my mentee. She mails me once in a while to ask questions about plant science because she wanted to become a plant scientist also.
That speaks again of your work ethic and your passion to, yeah,
Thank you
that's
very much.
wonderful. So the last one is just what advice would you give to other international students or scientists considering a similar path?
As an international, you would be faced with challenges. I would say that abilities to, or kind of a mindset to see challenges as opportunities is very important, right? I remember Amanda, if you remember her. Amanda was a research assistant. My first few days when I came in, she brought me a very nice table. She was like, I had to pause and say, "Amanda, why did you do this?" She said, "It's very brave for someone to leave his or her own home country to come to somewhere you don't know anybody." And she just feels she could help in that little way. And I cannot also forget what you brought for me also. I still use those towels till now. Thank you for the beautiful towels. And I remember Alexa also offered me a mattress. Thanks so much, Alexa. Shout out. Uh, Mark Hoffman brought me some cutleries. I still use them till date. Thank you. So, that experience, as funny as it may look, being alone, stepping out of your own home country as an international scholar can be very challenging. So having that mindset to turn challenges into opportunities is very key. The second and the last thing I would mention as an advice for upcoming scientists, especially internationals, is anyone actually in the field of science or any walk of life, is never to underestimate the value of mentorship. Right? You need to be humble enough to be teachable. It's not easy. Sometimes your mentor is younger than you in age. He or she has different dispositions than you. So you really need to have good listening ability. So when you are lucky to have a good mentor, you also need to be humble to take mentorship.
يا جزاك الله خيرا لما قدمت للإسلام خدمة لما قدمت للإسلام خدمة لقد أحسنت في قول وفهم وصرت مؤدبا علما وعلما وصرت مؤدبا علما وعلما أمو بيا جزاك الله خيرا.